on Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, Riverside. No one's ever on Riverside. I wish Riverside had more. Get rid of all of that. Post that. There you go. All the way to the top. What's going on, everybody? I got to do my introduction. What's going on, everybody? I'm Joe Rios. Sorry about that. I am trying to talk. For some reason, my train of thought, it just keeps escaping me. What's going on, everybody? I am Joe Rios, host of Spooky Mysteries on a lot of different sites. Make sure you follow me everywhere. Ooh, there's a video. How long is it? 8 seconds. It changed the name of my podcast. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Uh, Let me fix that. Wait, no. Oh, Fraggle Rock. Go here. Go here. And then. No. We'll go here. Go here. Go here. Do this. Do this. There it goes. I can only make one more after this. I don't really use it to make videos that often. So we're going to use that one. And I might undercut it. There's a fly in here now, too. Oh, no. First a gnat and then a fly. Oh, let's get the audio going.
Okay, let's go.
Wrong introduction. That is the wrong introduction. I meant to do this one. It's just audio. Spooky mysteries, cuentos y chills, English y español. We give you the thrills from ancient shadows to stories untold. Ven escucha, let the mystery unfold. I haven't had audio this entire time. I've had an entire conversation with myself and apparently no one else. Sorry, everybody. If you are on my chat anywhere, I'm so sorry if I ignore you. I don't mean to ignore you. I am just very, I don't even know how to say it. I just don't talk a lot. No, I do talk a lot. Let me rephrase that. I just don't pay attention to my chat. So, you up there, I see you. I am paying attention to you right now. I'm going to remove this microphone from me because I have a feeling I'm yelling and y'all are hearing a lot of that. So, let's just attach you. Oh, that probably sounded louder than it should have been. There. Y'all can see my lap. I don't like that. Anyways, I know some places have issues with me doing what I do, but whatever. And it's not illegal because I'm not doing the illegal one. The illegal one is not in this room. Anyways, back to what I'm doing here. Hello? Where's my audio? Why is there no audio here? What is going on? Oh, well, I don't have anyone with me. Duh. I'm dumb. Oh, anyways, make sure you follow, hit likes. Give me more people on here. Hey, ni modo. Y'all are great. Look, I'm wearing the merch. Ottoman. They hate that joke. The guy who does this hates that joke so much. Should I have him on? Nah. Anyways, back to what I was doing. Let's cut all this out. Yeah, we'll cut all the bickering out. Hit the marker. Where is my script? There it is. Okay, so we're just gonna scroll through the script. I'm gonna read it all out. Bear with me because I can't read sometimes. My train of thought, my brain goes a lot faster than what I can process, and it really messes me up a lot. So let's get going. The hook. Colombia. You picture it, right? Emerald coffee terraces spilling down mountainsides, rivers that shimmer with every color of the rainbow, and salsa beats that just don't quiet. It's a place that don't quit. Oh my God, quiet and quit always confuse me. That shimmer with every color of the rainbow and salsa beats that just don't quit. It's a place that looks like it stepped right off of a postcard, all vibrant life and sun drenched beauty. But hold that thought for a second, because just beneath that picture perfect surface, where the shadows lengthen and the jungle whispers, things slither. Things watch, things wait. Forget the Weeping Woman. Seriously, every travel vlog and basic ghost story compilation recycles La Llorona until she's drier than a sun-baked bone. Because that is true. I have talked about La Llorona so many times, from Colombia, Brazil, Mexico, Venezuela. I think even Aztec mythology has their own. And then there's even, I think, one in Cuba. She's everywhere. She won't just drown. And then we watch the movie. I do a movie night here on Discord. So if you ever want to be a part of that, please let me know. Hit me up. I'll send you the details. I'm not a big fan of coconut water, but it is healthy, so I drink it. Sorry about that. Tonight we're diving deeper. We're chasing the tales that we're chasing the tales abuelos still whisper with the lights on, the ones that cling to the humid air like a second skin. These aren't just spooky stories, they're the soul of a nation. These aren't just spooky stories, that are the soul of a nation, etched into its landscapes, its rivers, its very mountains. They're warning lessons and sometimes outright terrors. Ooh, you think for terrors I should change the color? We're talking ghost, right? We're talking ghost. Let's change the light. Let's change the mood setting here. RGB. Not green, not purple. Blue? No, not blue. No. I like that. Let's dim it down a bit. That's good. Let's hit the lights, everybody. Oh my God, it changed to green. Ugh. No, not my fan. There we go. Oh no, what have I done? It's green. We don't need green. That's a good color though. Don't need that. Is it? I don't need that because it's just rainbow. Nope. I like that one though. It's a pastel rainbow. Different rotating rainbow. A red swirling light. Can I just get the color red? Are you going to pulse? You're going to pulse. Oh, I am dumb. Go red. You're going to stay red. You're going to stay red. Ooh, I look even better on TikTok. Oh, it looks so much better. We're talking ghost stories today. Oh, yeah. I love it. What's going on, everybody? Let's get back to the story. Let's get back to what we're talking about. Okay. Sorry about that. I got so excited. First up on our spectral itinerary, a river spirit who loves his tobacco, hates sharing his bounty, and honestly, probably thinks your girlfriend looks better without you. He's got an ancient grudge and a grin that'll curdle your blood. So keep that life vest on, my friends, because El Mohan he's already watching you. And trust me, you don't want to be the one who catches his eye. Picture the Magdalena River at dusk. It's not just a river, it's the lifeblood of a country, a winding serpent of history and commerce. The water, a murky brown, takes on the color of old coins, reflecting the fading light. The air hangs thick and heavy, a heady mix of ripe plantain and the distant metallic tang of diesel from passing barges. Along its banks, fishermen, their faces etched with sun and salt, prepare for their night's work. They pack three essential things their nets, a bottle of aguardiente, and an unspoken pact. A pact to leave the biggest, most prized fish for the old man of the current. They call him El Mohan. Or in the Tolima region, sometimes Poira. He is the river guardian spirit, holding authority over the fish and the fates of fishermen. He is a well known figure in Colombia. In Colombian river folklore, he soaks in greed. He revels in the river's abundance, seeing it as his own personal larder, a treasure trove to be guarded jealously. I first heard of the story when this is a first person story from an account that I found. I'm telling it, but it is not my story. So let me just make that clear. I first heard the story when I was just 9 years old, perched on my grandmother's rickety wooden porch in Honda, a town steeped in river lore. The cicadas were chirping their nightly symphony, a rhythmic hum that was as much as part of the evening as the setting sun. She was shelling peas, her fingers nimble and quick, when she leaned in close, her voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. If the river ever goes quiet, she'd say, her eyes fixed on the darkening current. If the cicadas stop and the frogs fall silent, you row backwards fast, because that's when Mohan is near. I, being a cocky modern kid, laughed, a river spirit, please. Then she pointed, and every single cricket, every single cicada, every single frog had indeed shut up. The silence was deafening. It pressed in thick and suffocating like a damp blanket. I didn't laugh then. I just stared at the unnervingly still river, a cold knot forming in my stomach, and I learned to respect the quiet. Legends about Mohan stack up like driftwood along the river banks, each village adding its own layer. Some say he's a short, squat man, his belly distended, his skin pale, with hair like tangled riverweed. He's often described as a white man, an interesting twist that some see as a lingering echo of colonial encounters. Others, particularly in more remote communities, claim he's a much more monstrous figure, hairy, with disproportionately large head and a creature more fish than man. But one detail many agree: the grin. It's wide, yellowed, unnervingly predatory. A smile designed, they say, to remind you of his ancient primal hunger. El Mohan protects his fish stock with the ferocity of a dragon guarding its gold. In some tellings, anglers who are foolish enough to overfish wake to find their nets slashed to ribbons, or their canoes half submerged in the murky water. He keeps the ecological balance of the river with brutal efficiency. You could almost call him Colombia's first game warden. His methods are crude, his justice is swift, and his message clear: respect the river or face its consequences. Something touched me. What did I drop? I can't see. The lights are off and something hit my foot and it rolled away. I don't know what it was, but it startled me. But his protection turns to a chilling form of stalking the moment a woman steps onto the riverbank. Many versions of the legend say El Mohan seduces or kidnaps women washing clothing. Luring them into the water, he is said to shapeshift, transforming into a handsome stranger, his eyes sparkling with false promises. He'll offer river pearls, glittering treasures plucked from the depths, luring them closer. It's said that in some villages, women time their washing days so no one is ever alone. But the water, a communal defense against rivers' insidious charm. Some interpretations link El Mohan to indigenous shamans who resisted the Spanish conquest, figures who were demonized by invading priests. Over centuries, the figure may have softened, transforming into a trickster, but never harmless. It's even whispered that certain shamans can tap into his power, walking the river bottoms to heal or to hex. The river, after all, keeps its secrets. Offering to El Mohan, Offerings to El Mohan are simple yet significant. A shot of aguardiente or a hand-rolled cigarette, its smoke curling upwards, or common tributes left by fishermen. Skip the small ritual and you might find yourself pulling up an empty net for weeks. Worse, you might pull up a net heavy, only with river stones. A clear, chilling message from the river's master. My cousin, a brash young man named Mateo, once bragged that he'd outfished the spirit. He scoffed at the old ways. He returned at sunrise barefoot, stumbling, his eyes wide with some unseen horror. He just kept repeating, "He's inside the foam, inside the foam." The boat remarkably was spotless, and the fish stacked perfectly. Mateo never touched a fishing rod again. River people keep a setup of unwritten rules. Leave the biggest catch. Never count your fish out loud. And if you ever hear laughter echoing across the water, a guttural ancient sound that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Paddle first, look second. Mohan doesn't chase, he simply keeps what he wants. And he's the most chilling warning of all. If the river, the air, the very night ever smells faintly of tobacco smoke, he's already behind you. All right, quick check in. You still with me? Still breathing easy? Have you ever felt that prickle on the back of your neck, that distinct sensation of being watched near a river, a lake, or even just a backyard pond? Drop your creepiest water stories in the comment below. Seriously, I want to hear them. The best, most spine-tingling one gets pinned and might just inspire a future episode. And that like button, hit it like you'd hit the throttle if Mohan himself surfaced beside your canoe, his yellow grin reflected in the moonlight. Let's keep the algorithm kinder than he is, shall we? Your engagement helps me keep these stories alive, so don't be shy. That is a shameless plug. I have to do it, don't I? Mark that section. Because, oh no, I said mark it. I don't know why I didn't mark it. There you go. So, and that is true. If you give me a good story, I will turn it into an episode. Even if it's just like, hey, this happened to me one time, I will expand on that. I will look for it. And I know on my podcast and on my streams, I have promised to, I'm going to do a part two, a part two, a part two. I'm always talking about a part two. I'm busy. I have a job. I have a family. Well, I have a family. I have a job. I have things to do, right? I take care of my house. I take care of my three dogs. So I try my hardest, and I forget that I have part twos. So I'm actually going to be writing scripts all this week until Sunday, Monday, and I'm going to be writing part twos. So next week I will be recording part twos to a bunch of episodes, and I will be posting them, and I will hit my 52 video mark because I am serious about this stuff because I love true crime and paranormal. So make sure you like, follow, subscribe, depending on where you're at. If you're on TikTok, follow me. Like the live stream if you're on right now. If you're on Instagram, TikTok, not in TikTok, I already talked about TikTok. If you're on Instagram, Twitch, make sure you do the same thing. Your help helps a lot. And on to the rest of the episode. Do, 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 do. El hombre caiman. Caiman. It's a little crocodile. They're cute, but they're deadly. Sorry. Hold on a second. So let's get going. El hombre caiman, the scaly voyeur. Now let's leave the ancient currents of the Magdalena for a moment and travel south along that very same mighty river, our destination, the vibrant, sun-banked town of Plato. Here, every October, the streets fill with music and dance, not for a saint or a hero, but for a man who should have minded his own business. This is the legend of El Hombre Caiman, the alligator man. The local legend centered in Plateau at Magdalena tells of a man named Saul Montenegro. Saul wasn't a bad fellow, but he had an unfortunate hobby. He liked to spy on women bathing in the river. Ooh, naughty. Saul, however, found a particularly sneaky way to indulge in his voyeurism. Some versions say he sought a magic potion that would allow him to transform into a caiman to watch unnoticed. One evening, a traveling priest happened upon Saul in his clandestine spot. He saw the glint in Saul's eye as he lurked in the shadows. The priest, his voice grave, delivered a warning. Keep your eyes above water, young man, or the water will claim you. Saul merely laughed, convinced he was too clever for any curse. He surfaced months later, but it wasn't Saul Montenegro who emerged. It was something else. His skin was no longer flesh, but thick green scales. His eyes were now yellow, reptilian slits, and from his back sprouted the horrifying tail of an alligator. The curse, it turned out, had been dreadfully literal. According to the legend, he became a grotesque fusion of a man and beast, a human head on an alligator's body, a permanent resident of the river he once spied upon. And Plato's parents still recite his tale as a chilling cautionary tale designed to instill respect for boundaries. Behave, the whispered mischievous children, or Lombre Kaman will drag you down. And yet, despite the fear, the children of Plateau are inextricably linked to the legend. They still jump off the town pier, but before they leap, you'll sometimes hear them shout, Permiso, Kaiman, asking permission from the monster that was once one of their own. Environmentalists might see this as a perfect visceral metaphor. A man who was so profoundly disrespected boundaries becomes a predator, a violation of the natural order itself. And the annual festival in October, it's a spectacle. Dancers, sometimes wearing grotesque paper mache masks, writhe down the street. The drums beat a relentless rhythm. Tourists flock to snap photos to capture the vibrant, terrifying energy of the celebration. But the elders, their eyes heavy with generations of memory, might spit on the curb. They remind everyone that this isn't just a mascot. This is a warning in costume, a story passed down to ensure that the lessons of Saul Montenegro, the dangers of hubris and disrespect, are never forgotten. Had to take a little drink there, my throat got dry. That's a horrifying story. I would hate to turn into a half lizard man. But then again, a half lizard man sounds awesome. But he was cursed because he was a peeping Tom. It's weird. La Madre Monteclor. I'm getting text messages while I'm busy. Good. Okay, anyways. La Madre Monte, chlorophyll justice, head east, deep into the heart of the Colombian Andes, and the very air changes. It turns heavy, saturated, smelling of moss and damp earth. You're entering her territory. This is the domain of La Madre Monte, the mother of the mountain. A spirit guarding the untamed forest. In some tellings, she stands an imposing 8 feet tall, a towering figure of natural power. Her hair isn't hair, but a living mass of vines and jungle flora. Her eyes are said to glow with the ethereal green light of 1,000 lightning bugs. You won't see her first, you'll smell her, a deep, rich aroma like soil after a heavy rain. And you'll know she's near when the raucous chatter of parrots suddenly falls silent. When the chorus of monkeys drops to a hush, the forest itself holds its breath. Loggers, particularly illegal ones, fear her more than any ranger patrol. She is known for punishing trespassers and those who harm the forest. They say she'll spin the forest path, twisting the familiar into an impossible labyrinth, making you walk in circles until you are hopelessly lost. Some who have escaped her snare claim that the trees themselves seem to lean closer when she's angry, their massive trunks breathing like enormous lungs. One legend suggests a polite escape, a ritual requiring absolute humility. First, you must strip off anything made from leather or wood, shutting the products of the very forest you've harmed. Then speak aloud 3 things you are genuinely grateful for. And finally, you must walk backwards without ever turning around until you find your way out of her embrace. Sound superstitious? One ranger tells of a story of finding a missing poacher's rifle deep in an uncharted section of the forest. It wasn't just discarded, it was bent into a perfect, impossible ring. Its cold metal barrel flowering with delicate, vibrant orchids, a chilling testament to Madre Monte's power. That's terrifying. That's basically Ivy, green, poison Ivy from Batman, except instead of being like a redhead that's green and about 5'7", 5'8", 8 feet tall. Damn. Think Lady Dimitrescu. That's the only way I can think of it. Let's continue, shall we? Now, I've talked about this one before. I recently did an episode on this, or talked about him. Now, let's journey to the vast, undulating plains of Los Llanos, a region stretching endlessly between Colombia and Venezuela. Here, under the immense night sky, you might hear it, a haunting whistle drifting on the wind. It's the signature of El Silbón, the whistler, a terrifying figure from the shared folklore of the region, though more strongly associated with Venezuela. But he's also from Colombia too. A lot of these ghosts love to travel. I actually had it planned for a traveling ghost story when I was supposed to have a comedian on, but his RV broke down, so it was never able to make it. I might try again. I might. I have his number actually, and he's a famous comedian. I got a famous comedian's phone number. How did I do that? That's shocking to me. But maybe if we get more popularity, we can get him back on. He wanted to do it live, so I got like an extra desk and everything set up for a two-person interview. I get a soundboard with 2 microphones. Altogether, I have 4 microphones. I have this one, which is my favorite. I have this little tiny one so I can use my iPhone wherever I go. I have one right there. And on my stuff back here, hidden in one of these corners, probably behind this candle that I'm pointing to, for you on TikTok right here, for you on Twitch right here, there's another microphone. So altogether, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because this one came in twos. And I also have a smaller one too. 6. I have 7. I have like 7 or 8 microphones. 3 like 1, 2, 3, 4 lavaliers. 1, 2, 3, 4 lavaliers. 3 big mics. 1, 2, 3, 4 big mics. Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted and I turned my fan down. It is hot in here now. Gee, bus. Anyways, let's get back to El Cibon. Listen carefully. The legend says if the tune sounds far away, he's close. But if the whistle sounds piercingly near, he's distant enough for you to run. Either way, he's out there and he's coming for those who have wronged their family. Ooh, he'd be after me in a heartbeat. A heartbeat. He'd be after me. The story, a grim cautionary tale, begins with a spoiled boy. One day, in a fit of petulant rage, he murdered his own father. His grandfather discovered the horrific act, the cursed boy, condemning him to carry his father's bones in a sack forever. Now that boy is El Silbon, a gaunt, horrifying figure, endlessly whistling the mournful notes of doom. He is a walking ledger of familial transgressions. In some parts of Los Llanos, people keep a broom by the door. If they hear the chilling whistle, they sweep the threshold of their homes, a symbolic act to ward him off. El Cibon, they say, hates confessions and displays of family loyalty. Animals are said to sense him first. Dogs will bark once, then cower, whimpering. Horses will sweat and roll their eyes in terror. For those guilty of disrespecting a parent or breaking the sacred bonds of family, legend says El Cibon will attack. Leaving their body broken and scattered on the plains, he is the embodiment of filial impiety's ultimate, terrifying consequences. Now let's shift our focus to Colombia's rain-drenched Pacific coast, a realm of dense mangroves and Afro-Colombian folklore. Here, grandmothers impart a vital, chilling lesson to their children. Always inspect your playmates for mud between their toes, because that, my friends, is La Tunda's mark. La Tunda is a master of mimicry, a shape-shifting entity that takes on the exact appearance of someone you love. It could be your mother, your best friend, a beloved aunt. She lures you with a familiar voice and a comforting smile, deeper and deeper into the labyrinth of mangroves. Victims, if they return at all, are found days later, disoriented and vacant in their hair, full of twigs, their eyes distant. Some are heard repeating a chilling mantra: "She showed me my own face." And that, some say, is the real horror. La Tunda doesn't just feed on flesh, but on identity. She drains you of who you are, leaving you hollow. You come back, yes, but you're not you. You're unsure which reflection is yours, which memories are real. The psychological trauma is profound, a permanent fracture in the self. She steals your essence, leaving you adrift in a sea of self doubt, the mud between the toes. Therefore, isn't just a physical identifier, it's a symbol of being dragged back to a primal, shapeless state. Ooh, that's a chilling story. I can't imagine not knowing who I am. I'm me, Joe Rios. Like, that's, that's me. Podcaster, Twitch, YouTuber, TikToker, content creator, hardworking person. You know, I have 3 dogs. Like, for me not to be able to be like, that's who I am, it's terrifying. Not being able to know who you are is got to be one of the most terrifying things that could ever happen to a person. Anyways, get back to it. Venturing deeper still into the Amazon border regions of Colombia, you'll hear tales of Patasola. Miners still speak in hushed tones of the night one crew claimed she hopped into camp, her single powerful foot landing with a thud that didn't just shake the ground, it cracked a lantern, plunging half the camp into darkness. She's a creature of terrifying contradictions, half woman, half feral beast. Her name, Patasola, means 1 foot. Her single foot is often described as backward hoof, making her gait uncanny, her movements unpredictable as she moves through the dense jungle. Patasola targets those who exploit the jungle and disrespect its ancient power. She is a vengeful spirit of the rainforest, a protector against human greed. Illegal loggers and mercury happy gold miners are her preferred victims. Some survivors whisper of an unnerving detail, a sensory signature so specific it chills the blood. She smells of bruised pineapple and blood, a strange, sickly sweet and metallic aroma that pervades the air when she is near. So if you find yourself deep in timber territory, far from any fruit stand, and suddenly, inexplicably crave the sharp, sweet tang of a pineapple, the legend warns you should turn back immediately because they say Patasola is coming for you. It's a chilling reminder that the jungle, with its breathtaking beauty, also harbors ancient primal forces that demand respect. Mhm. Okay. Our final stop takes us even deeper into the Amazon, into the ancestral lands of the Tucano people. Here, elders still speak of the terrifying Borraro. Borraro. That's a hard one for me. He's a protector of wildlife, part of Amazonian indigenous folklore. Descriptions paint him as a tall, hairy creature whose most defining and utterly confusing feature is his backward facing feet. This clever deception means any tracker foolish enough to follow his prints will inevitably be led in the wrong direction, deeper into the jungle until they are hopelessly lost. Porraro isn't merely a trickster. He's a brutal protector. He kills by hug, not a gentle embrace, but a crushing, bone-shattering squeeze that collapses rib cages, forcing blood and froth from the victim's mouth and nose. In the most gruesome tellings, he then consumes the essence of those who dare trespass or harm his domain. It's a terrifying end, a testament to the jungle's merciless justice. One known escape, a desperate maneuver, is to run backwards while facing him. His reversed feet, already disorientating, supposedly cannot handle the double reversal of your own backward motion, causing him to stumble. It is also said that tobacco smoke confuses his senses. Amazonian rangers often keep loose leaf tobacco ready, just in case. They laugh it off, of course, but no one lights a cigarette alone at night in that deep, echoing jungle. The fear is very real. Buraro is a stark, brutal reminder in the Amazon. Humanity is merely a guest, and a very fragile one at that. Seven spirits, stitching shadows, seven spirits, seven distinct regions of Colombia, and woven through every single folktale is one powerful message: respect. Respect the land, respect its creatures, and respect the people who walked it first. Colombia's horrors isn't just jump scare horror, it's something deeper. It's ecological horror, a warning against exploiting the natural wonder of the world. It's moral horror, a stark reminder of the consequences of greed and disrespect. It's generational horror, tales passed down not just to terrify, but to teach. These stories, these ancient guardians, have survived conquest, colonization, and the glow of the internet. They survive because they contain truths that textbooks often skip. They teach us in the most visceral way possible that if you take too much, if you disrespect the balance, if you forget your place, something inevitably will take from you. So next time you savor a rich cup of Colombian coffee or dream of trekking to the enigmatic Ciudad Perdida, remember the rules. Leave the biggest fish. Ask for permission before you dive into unfamiliar waters. Sweep your doorstep when you hear the whistle on the wind. Check your friend's feet for mud, and if the jungle suddenly smells like bruised pineapple, walk backwards. Keep your eyes wide and pray. If this journey through Colombia's darker veins has chilled you, then consider hitting that subscribe button. I've got a whole continent of shadows to map. Comment below which spirit scared you the most, or better yet, share the local legend from your own corner of the world that kept you awake at night. The algorithm, bless its digital heart, appreciates engagement. El Mohan, however, appreciates silence. Choose wisely, my friends, and we'll see you in the next story if the river lets you leave. Oh, that was a good one. Let's do an outro. Let's do that video again because I like that. One more time. And that is it. We are done for today on the Spooky Mysteries. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. I'm going to work on a outro. That is my new intro. I also have music for my intro. I don't have music for an outro because I just wanted to be like, soon gone. I don't know if anyone joined me on my live because again, I don't check my chat. Did I have anybody? Nope. Did I have anybody here? Nope. Cool. I had nobody anywhere. But I did have people on TikTok. Thank you very much for joining me there. Who's on there? I don't know who's on there. I see you, but I don't know who you are. I don't want to get up. I do want to get up because I want to know who's up here. That's me. Cool. It's two people. I mean, like I said, I don't mind. Whatever. I don't know who the second person is. I can't see. Anyways, I am logging off